Hello guys, welcome to another episode, Coach Crazy Brady. And before we get this started, I want you to vote up there. Kenny and I have an idea where we can make a YouTube channel where every video is going to be like a day in the life plus a challenge all in one. But vote up there if you want that to happen, and we might just possibly make that channel. And some of those videos might be including Natalie Chris, and yeah. So today I am doing my first roller coaster review, and why not start them with the ride that inspired me to make this channel, Diamondback at Kings Island. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite roller coasters. And you can tell from my very first video, which was top 10 roller coasters I've ridden, the first one, because by the time you're watching this, it's probably like another one or something like that. Let's get this started. So how I'm going to do this is that I have 10 categories, and each one is going to be an out of 10 score. And some of these categories, like height and speed, they're based off like them compared to the tallest or the fastest ride in the world. So yeah, and then based on those 10 scores, I squish them all together into one final score. But yeah, so first is height. Based off the rides I've ridden, it's definitely the tallest, but soon this spring or summer, my dad and I are gonna go to Cedar Point, so I only got a few months for it to be the tallest roller coaster I've ridden, but still, it's not the tallest roller coaster in the world, and it's about like over a half of the height of King Dakar, which is the tallest ride in the world currently. So I'll give it a 5.2 out of 10 score. Next is the drop. Now the drop, I just love it. I don't know why, but I just love how much airtime this ride has, and you'll see it later. But yeah, the drop is definitely getting a 10 out of 10. Next is speed. This is just like the height. This ride has a 7.4 out of 10. The fastest ride in the world, by the way, is at Ferrari Land, which all the way in Saudi Arabia, I think. I don't know where it is, but somewhere in like the Middle East or something like that. But yeah, and we have smoothness, which this is definitely getting 10 out of 10. It's not even like 10 years old. It's 9. Next year, it's gonna have its 10-year anniversary. It opened in May of 2009, so I'm older than the Diamondback. Yay. Alright. Next is airtime. Now, it's a hyper coaster. What do you expect? Of course, it's gonna have great airtime, but I have seen better with airtime. So mainly with the Voyage and Lightning Run. But yeah, it's definitely not the best at airtime, but if it's a hyper, then it's gonna have crazy airtime. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. Next is the intensity. Not surprisingly, this goes pretty high in how much G's there are. I don't know how many, but it's like not, but it's about like 1.5. It's close to like 1.5 G's away from Intimidator 305, which is the most intense roller coaster in the world. So yeah, that's why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Next is duration. I think this ride is the perfect length, not too long, not too short. It's just right. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Next is the theming. This is definitely the weak spot of the roller coaster. This ride doesn't really have too much theming. Like, all it really is themed to is just like a rattlesnake. That's all. Just a rattlesnake. like sure, the station and like the color of the track, they kinda contribute to a Diamondback snake, but it's really not too much. The theming is just not really too good. for the Diamondback. Next is the restraints. Definitely 10 out of 10. B&M Hypers have the best restraints ever. I wish I remembered what they were called. They were like seashells, something like that. I don't forget what it's called, but they're the best restraints ever, and I hope you can experience them if you have not. They're the best restraints ever. They give you a lot more airtime, which is one big reason that B&M Hypers have a bunch of airtime. And next is the layout. Now this has a very unique layout because it's just really unique. It's very different from all the other B&M Hypers. So yeah. And I just like how it's in the woods, which makes sense because it's in Rivertown, which is the very heavily wooded area of Kings Island. But yeah, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And based off all those scores I am giving it, the final score for Diamondback is 8.3 out of 10. But yeah, so it has a bunch of strong points, so like the drop and the smoothness, the airtime, the intensity, the duration, the restraints, and the layout. It's mostly very good, but that doesn't mean it's perfect. There's no such thing as perfect roller coaster. A good example of that is the theming. It really has like little to no theming. But yeah, it's still a great roller coaster, very high on my list. And yeah, again, vote up there if you want Kenny and I to create that channel. And yeah, peace.